Hey Flosstube, it's Julie the Gulf Coast Stitcher. Today is Friday, June 1st, and I got a lot to go through with you today. Quick life update. My father has been moved to a rehabilitation facility closer to home, so we can only assume that that means that prayers are working and he's improving. So thank you very much for that. Another life update, Sarah is going to be going to a camp at FSU in which I will be delivering her. We're going to spend a few days with friends and family in the area there first. So tomorrow will be my last day in the shop until Wednesday evening probably. So if you're used to that same day, single day turnaround, with my service, I'll still be responding to email, of course, from my phone, but I won't have access to the shop inventory because I can't take it all with me. So I will be shipping out either Wednesday night or Thursday evening for anything that's purchased Sunday through Wednesday. So I'm sure you guys understand that. I'm so proud of her. She's going to be attending a governmental governmental immersion camp. So basically kids from all over the state of Florida are selected, and she won a scholarship from the VFW Women's Auxiliary through her involvement with ROTC and community outreach. So yeah, that saved Mom $3,500. So I was super excited about that. And basically she'll go and run for governor of the state, and she hopefully will get that. If not, they have lots of other jobs that you can campaign for and run for. They do the governor election first so that everyone who wanted to be governor, if they don't get selected, they still have time to be elected to a different office. Then she'll spend some time at the Capitol building. She had to have a recommendation. Sorry, my phone is on airplane mode, but I still receive iMessage. So anyway, that being said, yay, Sarah. So that's going on. Today's June 1st, which is a super exciting day in the Eliza Bellcox Sampler Stitch Along world. It's official kickoff day. Many of you have already started, which is fantastic. We just wanted to make sure everyone had time to get all their goodies. I have not started yet, but I will start tonight. Even if it means I only put in one strand, it will happen. I have a ton of errands to run with Sarah. She has a half day of school today, and then we've got to get ready for our trip. So lots going on. But I wanted to go through some Hands Across the Sea charts that I have in the shop with you so you could see what else is available. Not everyone loves the sampler with the big bird, Eliza Bellcox, like I do, and I get that. Not everyone loves samplers, so this is the sampler segment of this video. If you're not interested, fast forward just a little bit, and we'll see you on the other side of that. For those of you who do love samplers, and more importantly, love Hands Across the Sea samplers, because let me tell you, as samplers go, I mean, I have a lot of favorite designers, but I just love the quality. The cost is a little higher, absolutely, but the way they print, the way they ship is just fantastic. Now, Nicola Parkman, these are all from her private collection. I believe, I could be misspeaking there. I don't think any of these are museum reproductions. I believe she owns or has at one time owned all of these. There's been a few weird things going on with that. I noticed some posts from her that people are talking about doing reproductions of samplers that are in her collection. If they don't say from Hands Across the Sea, I'm sorry. If you question the authenticity, reach out to her. She's super responsive, and I can promise you that she'll be interested and get right back to you on all that. So I'm just going to start at the top of this pile. I don't even know what all we've got here. We're going to zip through this. Marianne Bournes. So this has a B-skep, and the colors are fantastic. A few specialty stitches, but not to fear. She has very, very good directions, and she has fantastic model stitchers who do a wonderful job. There's pictures throughout. There's diagrams throughout. All of her charts are color charts, and they're all 10. I want to say that they're 10 stitches per inch on the charts. So easy to see, wonderful to stitch. This is a cool one. So that. Hannah Gaskell. I think this is so cool because of this. Look at that. lots of motifs. This has a double crucifix, which she talks about the significance of that inside this book. I haven't opened any of these. They are all packed. All of the newer charts from her have this thread legend card, which is fantastic because you don't have to flip around in your book. You've got it handy, easy to, if you want to take it with you to your LNS or to dig through your stash, super easy. And I love the detail that she even takes the time to make sure all the ribbons are in little hearts. Like, that's a thing. Every chart I've ever received one of these from her, it's packed exactly that way. And I know that that's a Nicola attention to detail moment for sure. Elizabeth Bevan. This is in my top 3 sampler charts of all time. I love, first of all, it looks kind of country. It looks like farmhousey. I haven't read the history inside this one yet, but I mean, clearly we have a girl riding an animal here. I mean, this is just fantastic. I don't know how old, does it say how old she was? 1835. I don't know that it tells me on the outside. Inside, there's a ton of information, as always. But this chart, Teresa Vanette and I have talked about, Kitten Stitcher and I have talked about how cool it is that this border contains these birds. I mean, that's fantastic. So, again, big sampler, big undertaking, but don't be afraid of it, because you can just say, I'm going to stitch this little girl in her chair, and then put it down if you can, and then move on to something else. But the amount of birds on this chart alone makes it a must-do for me. Eliza Bellcox. This one is, like I said, the one that's officially starting today. I'm going to show you the Victorian Motto floss. You've probably seen it 1,000 times by now, and also the linen. I do want to say, for at least the 10th time, if you are stitching 2/2, buy 2 floss packs. This has been discussed since the beginning. If you're not a conservative stitcher, buy 2 floss packs. They're so inexpensive for what you get, and worst case scenario, you have some awesome floss left, right? I mean, you can integrate it into any other project. But if you're going to push the envelope and try to just do it with 1, or maybe you're stitching 1/1 on a super high count, like 46 or higher, the model stitcher recommended that you start stitching the border first. Because that way, if for some reason you're short on any particular color, or you're really getting close on any particular color, then this bird motif, if stitched in a slightly different lot from the border, would be a non-issue and almost unnoticeable. So, there you go. That's yours. And look, I'm telling you, every one of them is shaped like a little heart. I love that. It can't be a coincidence because every one of them is that way. This is the Old Scott. I've sold a ton of these specifically because of the specialty stitches involved. I'm sure of it. The colors are crazy good. I mean, to think that this is a reproduction, and I mean, I love it. The colors are wonderful. There's a lot of specialty stitches, so this is a good one if you're wanting to practice those. And this one is only 240 by 271, which in the world of Hands Across the Sea samplers, that is tiny. In the regular stitcher's world, that's above average, but yeah, so that's a great one. I love this Jane Vaughn. I mean, look at the colors in this. This is fantastic. There's specialty stitches, I mean, but not difficult ones. I mean, it looks like there's some satin stitch. There's some back stitching. There's Algerian eyelets, stem stitch, and double running stitch, satin stitch. I'm interested. I haven't acquired this for my own collection yet, just because, I mean, let's be honest, it's I would have to live to be 265 years old to stitch everything I already have, but I love it. So that one's cool. This one is a favorite, Sarah Dawes. Sarah with an H, spelt properly, might I add. Look at that bird. That bird is fantastic. That bird is funky. If all you stitched was that bird and those ladies, I mean, to me, the bottom half of this sampler has like a Tropicana, like Copacabana feel. Like I could integrate that right into the beach house with no problem. There's a conch shell or two. This thing's so tropical. I need to bust this open and read the story behind it because it's fantastic. There's always they're generally stitched in silk, but there's a DMC conversion. 294 by 523. This is something that Nicola wrote on the back. Just like the longest journey that begins with a single step, so does a sampler begin with a single stitch. All stitches begin the same way, by sticking the needle in first, then out of the fabric. The only difference between one type of stitch and the other is where you put that needle and how you manipulate that thread. Okay, absolutely true. Wonderful. Love that. Love everything about that. Elizabeth Harding. Elizabeth Harding, 1791. Look at that. So cute. This is 367 by 425. This is rated for a confident beginner. And I would assume confident only because of the sheer size of it. How now, brown cow? Oh, I love this. Look at that coverage. Could y'all just die? Can you imagine just stitching right along forever and ever? That green grass. But I love the perspective. I love it. I love the border. Yep, this is on my list. 254 by 273, so not gigantic. Hannah Coates. The colors in this one are beautiful. And the birds and all the animals. Love this. Look at her. She's so fancy. And that leads me to finally, I don't even know if I pulled it out, because this is the second time I filmed this video, naturally, right? They never just go one time. And finally, I have 2 left in stock. Hands Across the Sea has 0 left. Not sure about other LNSs, but I have 2 copies of Sarah Brazier left. This is Sarah Brazier, Queen of the May limited edition release. If you guys remember the Offendale sisters, they sold out, never to be seen again. Like, I don't even see those on eBay. People grab them, they keep them forever and ever. This, I mean, you could stare at this and find new things. I can't wait. So, I'm stitching this and Eliza Bellcox. Just let that sink in a minute. Yes. I love everything about her. There's that thread legend. I adore this. It is fantastic. The satin stitch around the edge is just, if you are on the fence about this, there are some fantastic Fiber Talk podcasts. Nicola has done a few with Gary Parr. They actually have like a walkthrough where they talk about the different motifs, and they talk about conquering your fear of starting on a giant sampler. So that's a great resource. Fiber Talk is wonderful. Great place to get the newest, latest information and a lot of interviews with designers and other people in the industry. I think you'll enjoy that. So yeah, this book contains lots of English history, lots of history about the kings and queens. I mean, it's wonderful. It's a big one. It's a book. So I have 2 of those left, and that's it. And then there will be no more. Not from my shop anyway. So that is my Hands Across the Sea run through of what I currently have in stock. If there's something that you see, grab it. You'll be glad you did. All right, here's a quick shop update. New to the shop, new to my stash, soon to be new to your stash, maybe. It's so humid here today. So I don't know who it was that introduced me to this By the Bay designer. I know there's a huge stitch along going on. I'm not into that. I'm not doing that. But I went back through some of their old charts, and there's some ones that are fantastic. So, By the Bay Old South Church. And it has a real picture. I love that. I'm going to be stitching this in silks because I may have acquired some silks on eBay. Like, a lot. Somebody stashed for a great price. This is Spring Cove. So there's an entire series of coves. I just love this one. I love that frame that it's in too. That's pretty cool. I like the birds naturally. Christmas Cove, because Christmas is, you know, who can resist stitching Christmas? And I don't know why I haven't seen this before, but this is Santa in the Country. I mean, look at him. I love this. I love the swirly gigs. I am stitching this. I've already picked out my linen. I'm stitching this on Silver Moon. When? Who the heck knows? Because I'm going to be stitching samplers for the next 35 years. But I have a couple copies of Patriotic Poppies that are listed on the site now. Everybody loves Brenda Gervais. I have a couple copies of Beachy Mood Cricket Collection. I thought I was going to stitch this, but y'all, there's a bunch of colors in this. It's all DMC, but you can't be afraid of color changes, that's for sure. And rethreading a needle, because there's a ton of, but it's so cute. So I added some of those. Let's see. I should have got these in a somewhat better order. I have restocked Sampler of Bees. Restocked Honeybee Sampling by Little House Needleworks. That is cute. New and in high demand, hot off of the presses, Knee High by the 4th of July. It's just Knee High by Hands On Design, but I can't save just part of that. That is so cute. And if y'all watched Joan and Kelly's video, Kelly did this and she beaded the corn. Oh my goodness, it was so cute. I love that. This is a new one, Country Cottage Needleworks. Every heart beats true for the red, white, and blue. That is adorable. Love it. This is an oldie but a goodie. I don't know what made me, I just saw it and I said, oh, we need this. We need this in our shop. This is Mildred's Garden House in the Family History series. Oh, you hear that thunder? Sun shining and it's thunder. And in the South, we say the devil's beating his wife. I don't know where that came from, but the devil's beating his wife right now. Bewitched Stitchers. I don't know. I just had to have this for myself, so I figured somebody else out there would have to have it for themselves too. Miss Mary Mac, all dressed in black. It's cute. All right, and then this chart, I saw this stitched on Instagram and it blew my socks off. It was so vibrant. It was stitched in silks. It is charted in NPI, which is normal for Carriage House and also Kathy Barrick. They do a lot of NPI silks, but it has a DMC conversion, and best part, there's only 4 colors. So if you were on the fence about starting something in silk, you would only need 4 skeins for this. And the stitch count is only 107 by 169, so you probably could get by with just 1 skein of each. But this is Scarlet Berries. I think it's fantastic. When I saw it on Instagram, it was like, stop, see if you can find it. And I had to dig. I had to really hunt. It was not a very easy to find chart. I had to hunt at a couple different. It wasn't at my go-to distributor, but that's okay because I found it. So you're welcome. Sorry. Okay, here we go. These are all praiseworthy stitches, and I just went on a tear and got the Simple Gifts series. There are a few that I'm missing because they're not available currently at the distributor. So if you guys like these, I can go directly to Praiseworthy Stitches and try to order from them, which I try to do as often as I can. But I know there's a lot of Quaker lovers out there, and these are fantastic. So this one's Thanks. Simple Gifts Thanks. The stitch count on these is 200 by 196. It's roughly the same for all of them. So you could probably get by with 1 frame for most of these. It's not exactly the same, but it's close. Joy. 2 colors. Variegated, but 2 colors. Courage. Hope. And this is not in that series, but it is a Quaker and it is adorable. This is Autumn Quaker. I saw this stitched on Instagram too. Instagram is super enabling for a shop owner, let me tell you that. So I love everything about this too. Crown, birds, cornucopia, full of flowers. It's awesome. So that's what's new and exciting and restocked at the shop. So you've got all your hands across the sea you've seen. I'm going to try to highlight a designer on my floss tubes just whenever we run out of things that are new coming in, because I mean, at some point the pace is going to slow down at what I'm acquiring for the shop, other than the new releases, right? So yeah. So I have a package. I've never done this. I've never opened a package live on the show. Not live, but you know what I mean. I don't even need scissors, I reckon. This is my Silks for You. This is not my only Silks for You, as you'll see shortly, but this is my most recent acquisition from Silks for You. Okay. Super cute needle minder. Freebie. Yay. I love that. I love little wooden needle minders. I've talked about this. I stitch in a hoop and it's so nice to have ones that are light. Okay. Crinkling, I can't help it. Some people actually like it. I've got to keep these in the paper or in the little wrappers that they come on, because that's the only place that you'll ever find the number and ever know what it is again. This is a full hank. This is colorway 119. Oh, look at that. I'm trying to find the, oh, there you go. That's true. So, buying a hank of this is the most inexpensive way to purchase silk that I've ever seen. They're $25 a hank. If you buy 5, you get 1 free. A hank. It's a lot. So this would be the perfect floss to stitch one of those Quakers in, right? One of those ones that only call for a few colors. Who cares if it's not even close to the same color that it calls for, if it's something that you like. I'm sorry about the crinkly wrinklies. Okay, this is colorway 122, and this is a partial hank, which makes, I mean, that makes things even better. Look at that. Shiny, soft. Love it. Robbie is solely responsible for my purchase of these. You heard that, Ed? Robbie. She's got these hiding in her craft room. I was over for the royal wedding and she was like, oh, I mentioned them and I hadn't received them yet. Actually, she's not solely responsible because I had already purchased a mini pack. And then she was like, oh, let me show them to you and let you feel them. And I was a goner. Look how vibrant and beautiful that is. This is colorway 005. There's enough here to share, people. That's for sure. I will never need that color again. "24 minutes in, trying to move this along. 'Cause I got some cool mail in here. Really cool mail. So some of their stuff is like really variegated. Like incredibly variegated. I don't know what you would use it all for, but it's cool. And you cut it right. Look at this one. So that goes from like a bluish into like a mauve, into a deep dark purple, back into that mauve. This would be awesome on one of those Quakers. This would be cool for the Hope one, I think. And you may get to where you're like, hey, I just need that color portion. That's cool. It's your silk. Cut it wherever you want it. Okay, I'm getting there. These I won't open up and show you, but these are the multi-packs. So you get them in a little Ziploc bag. Who knows what you get? You get what you get, which I love. Something in there for everybody, for sure. This is pretty. This one is colorway 023. I'd say this is close to like, what is that? I can't even think of it. It's like Christmas red. I mean, that's so shiny. I'm in love with this. You know, I'm thinking this would be wonderful on the Christmas Bygone Stitches Christmas sampler. Oh, I need a holly green color. Okay. Last, oh, there's two more. They ship super fast. To be coming from Australia, they get on it. This is a super variegated purple. The sheen, I wish you could, I mean, you can kind of tell right there. Oh, so nice. I don't even know where to start, y'all. So many people have recommended these to me. I mean, it's an investment, but for the amount that you get, totally worth it. This is a good one, too. They're all good. Who am I kidding? This is colorway 059. So this is, kind of works out better when I, this is like gold. Super high sheen. This is a gold and kind of a super light copper color. I can just imagine this in like some classic Christmas stitching, which is going to be happening for me soon. I love that. Okay, so that's my silks for you. That was quite a bit of it. That's not all of them. That's all out of that package. All right. Hold, please. Let me get some more goodies. Okay, I'm still with y'all. Just had to move some things around because I'm, like when we do these Flosstube videos, we get buried, don't we? Underneath all of our awesome stuff. Okay. Victorian motto. This is it. This is the beautiful fabric that Nancy outdid herself on, as per usual. This is 40 count linen. It's very close. My light is just, it's cloudy here today. It's very close to vintage buttercream, I would say. Yellowish light. That's a good way to see it right there. Love it. It's got just a tinge of like it's like a buttery color with just a little hint of like a little bit of green maybe. I don't know how she did it. It's amazing. So, there's that. And here's the floss packs. And as I said, I bought two. Right? There's proof positive. I bought two. I'm not going to go through every one of these. Y'all can see a zillion photographs of this on Instagram, on the Eliza Bellcock sampler page. But these colors, y'all, are going to be amazing. Oh, I can't wait. Can't wait to put a few stitches in this baby tonight. I'm starting in the upper left. I'm saving the bird for last. You know what I don't have that I probably need, and I know Kelly can help me with this because I know she's got some in her Etsy shop. I don't have any thread keeps. I don't know if it's something I actually need. Does anybody use thread keeps? I know Kelly seems to sell a lot of them, so they must go pretty well. I like the ones I've seen from the Primitive Hair too, the wooden ones. I just never think to add them to my order, and I'm not going to order just that because the shipping is like $60 come from Italy. So there's that. Okay. This is probably the most luscious red I have ever seen ever. It is every bit as red as ribbon red. But the sheen on this, y'all. Oh, that is popping. That is so nice. How many red silks does one woman need? All of them. I need to get with my girlfriends and like, y'all, we all need to order silks for you, and then we need to, like, split our stash. How awesome would that be? Because, I mean, a hank is a ton. But what if we, like, all ordered a couple of different colors and then went halvesies with our colors? Or even if you went in thirds, you'd have more than you probably need in forever. That was colorway 126. By far my favorite of my reds that I've gotten. It's so hard to tell on the computer. I ordered this one on the computer because I thought it was like a holly green. Not at all. I'm not unhappy with it, but it is definitely like a blue. Like a tealish blue. A tealish blue. But it photographed very green on their website. But that's okay. I'm not mad about it. You know that that's a risk you take, and when the quality is still awesome, who cares? And then this one was described on their website as jet black. Definitely not jet black. Very charcoal. And this might be as black as they can get it, because I don't know anything about dyeing silks at all. I don't claim to. I mean, it's pretty black, but it's not 310 black. Let's see if I can just keep moving it nonstop so that you can't see it at all. Ugh, what's the matter with me? But, I mean, it reminds me of kind of like Garden Gate, which is one of my favorites. Variegated, for sure. Very cool. You don't need to see. Okay. Here we go. I received some awesome Stitchy kindness and Stitchy mail. I'm sorry, I keep bumping the computer. This is, I'm going to cover up her name and address, by far the coolest envelope I have ever received in my entire life. There's my address. I guess I'm not hiding that from anybody, though. I mean, at first I was like, oh, it's a printed envelope. People send those out all the time. But it's not a printed envelope. It was painted. Somebody took the time to beautifully paint and stamp this envelope. And, I mean, she put a bird on. She decoupaged a bird on it. That came to me. I can tell you that came to me. Return address, Max Elliott. Not Elliott. Ellicott. Sorry. With a beautiful card. So I can't believe how thoughtful people can be. She goes on to tell me that she's praying for healing for my father and my family, that she graduated from Niceville High School and asked if that was close to me. Niceville is where I go to college at. Absolutely, it's close. It's about 40-minute drive for me. And that she saw these charts and thought of me, and if I don't need them, that I can pass them on. So that is from Beth Elliott. Beth, you outdid yourself with the envelope, and you outdid yourself with the Stitchy kindness with the charts, because, wait for it, people, Charlie Harper. Can you just die? I mean, look at this. This one is happening like post haste with that blue. Oh my gosh, with the blue and red silk and the gold silk. Perfect. I do have this little one, so I will be happy to pass that stash. But I don't have these two. This one is available from distributors just standalone. This is cardstock, old school, original Charlie Harper's. Beth, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. You have no idea when I received this how much I needed a pick-me-up and how much I needed some good news. It was wonderful. And I will never throw this envelope away. I don't want to show you that. I will never throw this away. It's fantastic. So there's that. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm 36 minutes in. I'm not doing too bad. What is this? Some of my regular mail got in here too, so y'all don't want to see my bills. Trust me on that. You do not want to see that. Okay, Tammy False. So sweet. Because I don't have one. And that's what I said, and that's exactly what she said. Since you don't have one, you need one. A bird scissor fob. Thank you, Tammy. You're so right. I do need that. I got this one. This is so awesome. I got it 2 times in 1 week. Peer group. Charlie Harper. Look at that. So what terrifies me about this, but I'm going to do it, and I may like ask somebody to help me with this, is this chain stitch it's called. It looks like a crochet chain, but I'm terrified, but I can do it. Look at him. So cute. I was past the stash on this chart, and then I bought one too, so that's why I haven't credited anyone with sending it to me, because I don't know if this is the one I bought or the one that was gifted to me. I found it on eBay. Prairie Moon Smoke Flower. That's happening sometime in the year 2056 when I run out of things to stitch. Bills. It's just some random. This is why I ordered this myself. Look at that. I think this is Rosewood Manor Hannah Bacon reproduction sampler. I honestly think I'm just doing this part because it's ginormous, and let's be honest, I don't need a zillion other sampler charts in my stash into my rotation. But this is so cute, and in the book, I can't show it to you because it's the chart itself, but in the book, it has just this charted, and underneath it has a band of this border, and it says "Welcome, friends." So that's doable, y'all. This was also a gift. Like I said, I've kind of mixed it in with some stuff that I purchased because I was so excited. Does anybody else open their packages in the parking lot of the post office? Because when it's something that I didn't order, I definitely do. Except, like, the silks for you, I knew what that was going to be. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This does not have a return address on it. I have no idea who sent this to me, and it doesn't even matter. And that's the sweetest part of receiving stitching kindness is, and that's what I feel the best about when I send someone stitchy kindness. I don't need accolades. I don't need a shout out on YouTube or Flosstube. That's not why you do it, right? These are mint condition. Charlie Harper. Bird bath. Ah! I love him. Look at that. Look at that raccoon eating that corn. Busted. I don't even know which one I'll ever do first. And then Cardinal Courtship, which this one's amazing too. So cute. So that's it. That's it for my mail. It was a lot. I have a ton of silks, but like I said, I think we should do that. I think we should be like, hey, I'm going to order these and you order these and we will share. Because it's a lot. Although sometimes, hey, if you don't want to share your silks, I don't blame you, because that one red, oh my word. Like, I'm into that. I can't wait. Can't wait to do it. That's it. 40 minutes. I went through a lot. I went through some shop updates, some life updates, some mail. I'm about to hit the road. Y'all pray for me. Oh, I don't think I filmed this video twice, so I'm not sure if I've said this already. I filmed this video twice because the mailman came, which scared me, but it's cool. So, random factoid about me. If I said this already in the video, forgive me, fast forward, turn me off, whatever. I've told y'all about my elbow surgeries that I've had, and then I got, you know, some heavy duty scarage going on. This right here, this is your sagittal band. This gets really sore on me. It's the only thing. My fingers are good. My elbow doesn't really get too sore, but on both hands, this sagittal band, this one right here can get really puffy. In fact, it's a little puffy right now. So one thing I have found that's a holistic salve, I guess is the right word for it, that I love is by a company called Kumba Made, and it's the repetitive motion relief salve. So Kumba, K-U-U-M-B-A, Made, their website. You can pause this because I will not remember to put this in the show notes. Website is right there. Phone number's right there. It is fantastic. It's an ointment. A little dab will do you. It doesn't smell like medicinal. A little bit it does. It's not horrible, but it is wild harvested olive oil, arnica, beeswax, essential oils, lavender, eucalyptus, lemongrass, peppermint, and vitamin E. Limited ingredients. It's this little teeny, I just bought the little teeny pot to put in my purse because it literally only takes a little bit, and it's super soothing. So there's that. Everybody always comments on my lipstick, my lip gloss, so I figured I'd share. This is Clinique's Chubby Sticks, which I use the bejesus out of these. I have lots of colors. This is Summer Strawberry, or Super Strawberry. I wear this all the time. It's basically like a super light... Oh, you can't even see it on there. There it is. It's just really light. That's weird. Sorry. I thought it would show up better. It looks really dark, but it's just a mediumly pigmented, it's very comfortable, non-sticky, moisturizing lip gloss. So that's it. Shout outs. Fiber Talk, I think I may have mentioned. Again, I'm not sure what I've said this video and what I said in the last one. Fiber Talk did a wonderful little shout out to Heather, the Imperfectly Perfect Stitchers needle minder campaign that she is doing with Michelle Garrett, Bendy Stitchy. 100% of the purchase of the Alzheimer's research needle minders will be donated to Alzheimer's research. Michelle is the leading fundraiser for that. I know Heather's backed up right now with those, but you guys, give her a chance. Stay with it. Give her a week. I'm going to give her a week or so before I order mine. Alzheimer's isn't going away anytime soon. Hopefully sooner than later, but we've got time to continue to raise money for that. So, I sent Michelle a bunch of stash to sell and unload. I sent her some other goodies. That's another idea too. If you don't have the money to donate, maybe you could sell your stash online, or maybe you could pass your stash to Michelle and let her sell it online. Anything that we can do to help out a fellow stitcher who is there for us so much, and her fundraising cause is fantastic. So, Heather, the Perfectly Imperfect Stitcher, Imperfectly Perfect. I always get that backwards. It's a lot of letters. She has an Etsy shop. She's on Flosstube. You guys can find her. Bendy Stitchy, you can find her. I'm sure that will be more than happy to guide you to the proper place to donate if you're so inclined. I think it's a wonderful thing. So we're behind you, Michelle. We're behind getting rid of Alzheimer's, and we will support you. Thank you so much to Fiber Talk for continuing to mention Flosstube on the podcast. It's very important that this community stays vibrant and alive, which I think it is. I'm happy to be a part of it. I love you guys all so much. I feel like I had other things to say. Isn't that always the way? Especially for those of you Flosstube who've listened to these videos, who've done your own videos more than once. It's like insane. You forget. You can have the best laid out plans and the best notes, and then they just go right out the window. Any other things? I watched Safe on Netflix. It's real good. I've turned a few people onto watching that who we've all finished. It's so good. There's another one on Netflix by the same... It's based on the story by Harlan Coben. He also has one, I think, called The Five, which I have queued up to watch soon. I guess that's it, guys. I'm sure there's things I'm forgetting to tell you, but you know I'll be back, so not to fear. Have a wonderful weekend. I will be posting on Instagram. Please follow me on Instagram, Gulf Coast Stitches, if you haven't. I'll have lots of goodies posted on there from my trip and from my experience. I plan on trying to go to a real live brick and mortar LNS on my trip. I believe it's called Stitches in Time, or A Stitch in Time. I hope to make it there. So anyway, love you guys. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend.